Hello guys, and welcome to another ProfileTree video. So in today's video we're going to be taking a look at Adobe Commerce, which was formerly known as Magento. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. So let's talk about Magento, or what's known as Adobe Commerce. So this is a comprehensive e-commerce platform that provides a wide range of features and capabilities for building and managing online stores. It combines the flexibility of open source technology with the power of enterprise level e-commerce solutions. So we'll take a look at an overview of Adobe e-commerce web development. So what we'll do is we'll take a look at some of the e-commerce capabilities. So product catalog management. Adobe Commerce provides that comprehensive system for managing product listings, categories, attributes, and variants. Now you can easily organize and update your product catalog. There's actually parts to this as well. So what we'll do is we'll take a look at it step by step. So with the inventory tracking, you can keep track of product availability in real time. So you can set stock levels, manage back orders, and receive notifications for low stock. Then you have order processing, and that's where you can manage orders efficiently from order creation to fulfillment, process payments, handling shipping, generating invoices, and of course managing returns. Now on top of that as well, there's also the payment gateways. So Adobe Commerce supports a wide range of payment gateways, enabling secure and convenient transactions for customer. Now, of course, as a customer, you want to make sure that you have different payment gateways. This would be like the bank, like a bank. So that'll be credit or debit. Then of course you have like PayPal as well, or Klarna. Just secure payment gateways to make your website a trusted website. Now there's no point actually purchasing something from that commerce website if it's not trustable, especially if you don't have SSL certificates as well. That's what makes it a website very untrustworthy. But anyway, from the points that we've talked about in terms of the e-commerce capabilities, we'll take a look at it one by one. So starting off with the inventory tracking. This is more or less how it works. So you've got your ID, which it goes from 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And you can actually action that and click on it. You can delete it if you want to as well. Or you can export it or download it, do whatever you want with it, just as long as you have that information there. So that is a clarification type information. So if we're looking at this diagram, you can see that you've got your product ID, which is at 14. You've got the product name, which is push it messenger bag. Now it has a product SKU. Each product will have its own SKU, and you have a saleable quantity as well. And you can see that it's -1 from its stock. So the status currently says in stock. Now that can say out of stock as well, and that's when you would need to look at the action for when you look at the view shipment, or if there's shipment on the way. But we're seeing there from the note that there is new shipment, and that's number, and then you can see all the way to 3, and then same with the ID2, shipment 4, and then shipment 5, and with the last one, which is an admin manual change. And then of course there is the user there, from where you can see there's admin, guest, and of course a actual user for that website. So depending how you have your website, whether you want people to sign up or if you want people to continue as guests, you can do that as long as you have their details for addressing. But anyway, moving on to the order processing. This is how the order processing works. So again, with the ID, that's the order. Then you have the purchase point. So that's the actual main website or the website store. Then you can see where the purchase date is. Then the bill to name and the ship to name. Then the grand total. So however many purchases they did on that day. Then you can see as well, you've got the status, which says closed. So that helps you keep on track on some of the statuses as well, whether this is an open case where it still needs to be shipped or it hasn't been delivered, things like that. And then of course you've got your allocated sources, so default source, that's how it mainly will be. Now, talking more into the actual payment processing. So if a user places that order, you can see that an admin will create that invoice as well for the order, and they will authorize it. The payment will go through, and the order will capture that as well. Now, with that payment, it gets authorized. Then they'll capture it, and then they'll do the settlement. So that's when they provide you the HTML page saying, thank you for your order. Your item will arrive, this and that. So depending again on the payment provider or the payment gateways, whether you're doing like credit or debit, or of course using like Klarna or PayPal, other payment providers as well, that's more or less how the Magento or Adobe Commerce e-commerce capabilities work. Now, in terms of the customizable design, you do get a storefront customization. So you can create visually appealing storefronts by customizing themes, layouts, colors, typography, and more. So just tailor the design to match your brand identity. So we could actually see that this is some of their default themes. So this is what they have going, you could see. And then with the actual default theme, this is more or less how the Magento blank responsive theme renders. So you got the theme title, you've got a parent theme, then you have a theme path. So by the looks of things that they do have Magento blank and Magento Luma. So that's just a closer look into it. And there's just a little bit of information on how to filter the theme grid. So click filters, enter ID range, theme name or title, folder path or parent theme. Now, depending how you want to go about it as well. So you can follow this area on picking the storefront or doing the customization for the storefront. Or what you can do as well is visit other websites like Envato, and they'll have plenty of different themes in terms of the actual sites. So they even do ones for WordPress as well. So you could use pre-designed theme templates or even create custom themes from scratch using the Adobe flexible or Adobe's Commerce flexible theming system. So however way you want to go about it, there are multiple ways in creating that as well. Now, in terms of the page builder is a visual content editor, and that allows you to create and arrange page content without coding. So more or less drag and drop if you think about it. So you can build dynamic pages with the drag and drop elements. So we can actually have a look at a page layout overview. So we'll go ahead and do that. So this is more or less how it works. You can see there's Luma. So this is one of their themes. So if they've got their little header there, they've got their title. Of course, since it's an e-commerce website, they've got their basket. Now, by the looks of things, it's like a training type fitness. So they've got their own section for women, they've got their own section for men, they've got gears as well, training, sale, gift cards, and you can also do a gift registry search. So they've more or less got everything on there for a site. You can configure your default layouts as well. So you can do it by product, category, page layout as well. So it even gives you some ways to determine the layout. So if it says no layout updates, that means layout updates are not available for product pages. If it's empty, then that uses a blank layout for product pages. One column, and that uses a single column for layout for product pages. And then for two columns with left bar, that uses a two column layout with the sidebar on the left for product pages. So, and then you also have two columns and three columns. So that just gives you guys additional information on the actual page builder. Now we can take a look more into it as well. So this is more into the page builder itself. So you get full page layouts for CMS pages, products, and categories. So of course they've got a demo builder there as well. And you also get a walkthrough on the simple pages and blocks and catalog content. Now, of course, there are other parts there as well, where we can take a look into adding content. So there's a block. So that's more or less how to add a block. You can see new in women's, there's the different parts there. You've got new in men's, and we could have a look at the dynamic block. So that's what the dynamic block looks like. So again, it is more or less just like a drag and drop website builder. So it is easy to perform and create very nice, unique templates for your website. So however way you want to do it, that's how you can create it. Now they've got like tools as well, like move, and then the move tool moves the block container and its content to another position on the stage. Of course, you've got settings like every web developer platform will have. So that opens the edit block page where you can choose the block and change the properties of the container. You can hide elements as well if you want to, or blocks within the content. You could show them as well. So if you are creating it on mobile, so if you think about it, there's desktop versions and mobile versions, and usually if you are trying to compress it and create a responsive website, not everything is going to show, or some of the parts are going to show a little bit off or off the screen, things like that. It may show a little bit bigger, and sometimes you just want to remove it completely. As well as that, you can go ahead and duplicate, so that will make a copy of the block container and its content. And of course, you do get that option to remove, so it deletes the block container and its content from the stage. And you do have products as well. So add content products. So this is how that part looks. So it does say add product carousels directly to page with containers like rows, tabs, or one column layouts. So by the looks of things, it does move, like you do get a carousel and you get different types of pictures. So depending on how many pictures you want to take on a specific product, you can go ahead and showcase them one by one. And so to show and scroll up 5 products at a time within the carousel, keep the carousel mode set to default. So this is a great documentation just to get you into the rope of customizing the design for the template. So again, that's some of their toolbox that are available. They do also offer some product recommendations as well. So use the product recommendations content type to add an existing active recommendation unit to the page builder settings for CMS page block or dynamic block. But overall, that is more or less how to do an edit. So there's the edit product recommendation. That's the number of products, the date created, statuses as well. You can align default, left, center, right, have border around it, have border color. So there are plenty of things that you can do. So that's more of the advanced section, but it is more or less done for you in terms of it. So you have border radius, border width, border color, CSS classes, you've got margins and padding, so it works the same way. And this is how that it'll appear. So hover over the recommendation unit container to display the toolbox, and then you can click on the settings. So again, this is your editor. You can see that there is a desktop and there is a mobile version as well. And then there's the duplicate a recommendation unit. So again, gives you all the options, and then all the options with the border style and with the container area. So talks more about the margins and the padding. So that gives you the options for top, right, bottom, left. Same with the padding, top, right, bottom, and left. So that's the customizable design. Now, quickly going over the scalability and performance. You have performance optimization. So you can implement techniques like caching, lazy loading, and image optimization to enhance page load speed and overall site performance. So that'll be mainly on you. So if you're talking about the images as well, think of it as a larger file. So it's, maybe you've got it set to PNG and it's sitting at around 20 megabytes. Then you might want to try to reduce that to 10 megabytes. So the way you could do that is to try to compress the images, and that'll help you enhance the page speed load. Or as well as that, try to maybe reduce some of the imaging that you have or the content. Try to scale it up a little bit. If there's parts that you might not need, then try to remove them. And as well as that, there's cloud infrastructure. So you utilize cloud hosting solutions to ensure scalability and also to handle traffic spikes. And that'll provide a seamless shopping experience even during high demand periods. And in those high demand periods, that'll be like peak time. So if there's multiple users coming into your website, of course, that'll slow down your website. So in doing the cloud infrastructure, you're trying to prevent the traffic spikes, and it'll help you handle those traffic spikes a little bit better on your website. So those are a couple of things to consider in terms of performance optimization and cloud infrastructure. And another thing that you may want to do as well is just take a look at the page speed insights. So if you do have your website up and running using the Adobe Commerce or Magento, have a look at the page insights, type in your URL, see how the performance is working as well, double check your SEO on it, and double check all the performance as well as mobile and desktop version. So a lot of things to consider in terms of the scalability and performance. Now, as well as this, you do have B2B and B2C capabilities. So B2B features, Adobe Commerce offers specific tools for B2B commerce, such as custom pricing, bulk ordering, account management, and quoting systems. And with the B2C features, that'll provide engaging shopping experiences for individual consumers, including product recommendations, personalized content, and one-click checkout. There's just a little bit more information on B2B and B2C. So manage multiple brands across channels and audiences while growing into new territory. So that's just a little bit more insight on it as well. So they give you a little bit more information on the composable e-commerce built for business. So that's just how they would create their pages as well. And there you go. That is just a little bit more information on the B2B and B2C. If you guys want to check it out, it's on the Adobe Experience Cloud. So coming back again, you do have multi-store and multi-language support. So multiple storefronts manage multiple online stores with distinct branding, catalogs, and payment options from a single Adobe Commerce installation. You've also got localization, which offer content and products in multiple languages and currencies, tailoring the experience to different regions. So pretty much Adobe Commerce has packed full of different resources as well for your website. And you do have, which we seen earlier on, which was the mobile optimized design. So you've got that responsive design. And that'll ensure that your online store is fully responsive and can adapt to different various screen sizes and devices. And that'll offer a seamless user experience. So again, just make sure that you do have performance optimization applied onto your e-commerce website. That won't really necessarily be to do with the Adobe e-commerce. It's just mainly the caching. So like implement full caching to reduce server load and improve page load times, enhancing the user experience. Then from what we talked about in other videos as well, which is the content delivery networks. So that's CDNs. So utilize CDN to distribute content across multiple servers, and that'll reduce latency and of course ensure fast content delivery to users. So quite a lot to consider when you are building a site on the Magento web development tool, or which is now known as the Adobe Commerce. But regardless, Adobe Commerce has a great customer support and training. So you've got the documentation, resources, from what we could see here as well. We've got plenty of it. Now if we drop down to e-commerce or the commerce part, you'll see some of the information that we need to know. So the platform architecture, scalable operations, Adobe integrations, and as well as that, as well as accessing some of these areas, they do have great customer support. So you can receive assistance from Adobe's customer support team if you do have any technical issues or inquiries. And in terms of other parts like migration and upgrades, so you do get the migration tools, and you can utilize those migration tools to smoothly transition from older Magento versions to the latest Adobe Commerce release. So if you do have an older site, you do the migration tools as well. So it almost works the same way as WordPress, where it uses plugins to do so. And as well as that, you do get version upgrades, so you can stay up to date with the latest platform features and enhancements through regular version updates. But what we'll do here is we'll take a look at some of the pricing plans that they have. We'll see what this platform has to offer. So you can get Adobe Commerce Pro or Managed Services, so we'll take a look at the pricing. So looks like they do have other parts here. So they've got their features, which is Adobe Commerce Application, Core Application Support, varnish-based CDN, 50 gigabyte of testing, DDoS protection and WAF, high availability architecture, infrastructure security. So it is packed full of everything that you need as a business. And if you do need information, so you would need to get pricing, this is when you would enter your business email, of course your first name, your role, organization, country, or if you really do need help as well and assistance, you can go ahead and contact the Adobe Assistant. But overall, I would say that Adobe Commerce will offer that robust platform for creating and managing sophisticated e-commerce websites. So like what the other ones like Shopify or Wix or Squarespace that do offer that commercial as well. I would say Adobe Commerce does offer better than most. It does have extensive features, customization options, scalability, which make it a preferred choice for businesses aiming to deliver exceptional online shopping services or experiences. And of course, with the collaboration with experienced Adobe Commerce developers, you can ensure that you can fully leverage the platform's capabilities to achieve your e-commerce goals. But guys, that pretty much reaches the end of the video for Magento web development, or also known as Adobe Commerce. If you guys enjoyed the video or found it helpful, let us know in the comment section below. I'd like to know what you think. But other than that, I'll see you guys for the next video. Thank you very much for watching.